Good afternoon, everyone. This campaign was built around a core belief, a government that prioritized working people instead of simply the wealthy and the well-connected could transform New Yorkers' day-to-day lives. That remains my defining goal in City Hall, to deliver our affordability agenda for those who have too long been forgotten by our politics, to make a dignified life a reality for each and every person who calls this city their home. But that mission, it's part of a larger purpose, which is to restore New Yorkers' faith in a democracy that many have long felt abandoned by. New Yorkers often associate government with an irrelevance to their day-to-day struggles, associated with the possibility only of meager results, small ideas, and even smaller follow-through, agendas that are quicker to say no rather than eager to get to yes. I want to write a different story from our City Hall, a story of ambition, of reinvention, where working people know that they have fierce champions at every level of government and know that they can turn to those fortunate enough to serve them. Few agencies hold transformative power more than DCWP and are more ready to be supercharged to actually work for New Yorkers and address their concerns. There is not a single New Yorker, frankly, whose life is untouched by DCWP. Whether you are a consumer, a small business owner, an employee, the DCWP has the ability and remit to stand up for your rights and to fight predatory practices across the 5 boroughs. I want the next commissioner of this great agency to approach their role with a track record of achievement and an agenda of imagination, someone unafraid to take on entrenched interests. In Sam Lavine, that is exactly the kind of leadership New Yorkers will get. Sam's pedigree is undeniable. From 2021 until this January, he served as the director of the FTC's Bureau of Consumer Protections, leading many of these same efforts on a national scale. What he achieved is not only remarkable, it has made measurable differences in the lives of millions of Americans. We pay less in junk fees, avoid deceitful subscription traps, trust that our data has been safeguarded, and are exposed to far less illegal telemarketing thanks to Sam's work. Before leading the Bureau of Consumer Protections, Sam advised FTC Commissioner Rohit Chopra and worked for the Illinois Attorney General, ensuring that those who were often forgotten not only had someone who would protect them, but also championing their struggles. Proud to be standing here appointing Sam to this role because of his experience leading work that restores people's trust in government, not because it is something of only a day-to-day importance, but frankly because this is part of the long-term objectives and goals of our government and what government should aspire to everywhere. Sam will work alongside our Deputy Mayor for Economic Justice, Julie Su, to protect New York City's 80,000 deliveristas who are as New York City as it gets. He will enforce the laws we have on the books now for consumers and workers alike. He will make DCWP a force to be reckoned with, one that refuses to allow corporations to treat their employees as expendable. When he succeeds, that success will be felt in a city that is vibrant with flourishing small businesses, in markets full of people who can afford to buy gifts and goods for themselves and their loved ones, in workers who know that their leaders, in fact, have their backs, and in an economy that is fairer and more accessible for all. Congratulations, my friend.
Thank you, Mayor-elect.
Very well.
Thank you, Mayor-elect, for the opportunity to serve as your next commissioner of the Department of Consumer and Worker Protection. I'm a relatively new New Yorker, but my family has deep roots here. In fact, my grandmother, Eleanor Levy, grew up on the Lower East Side, just a few blocks from where I live today. She was a teacher here in the city, and it's a